Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak Flow English, where learning English feels natural, easy, and motivating. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Daniel. We're so happy to have you here with us today.
Today's episode is all about growth.
Yes, not just growing in English, but growing in life.
Because every day gives us a chance to become a little better,
A little stronger,
a little wiser.
and a little more confident.
That's why today's title is Never Stop Growing. English motivation for everyday life.
And in this episode, we'll talk about motivation, self-improvement, progress, and the small habits that help people move forward.
We'll also use simple, natural English so you can practice real conversation while learning positive phrases that you can use in daily life.
Exactly. This is not just English practice, it's life practice too.
So Daniel, let me ask you something to begin. Do you believe people can really change?
Absolutely. I think people change all the time.
Even if change is slow?
Yes, even then. Growth is not always dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it happens one small step at a time.
I love that.
For example, maybe today you speak a little more clearly than yesterday.
Or maybe you stay calm in a situation where you used to get upset.
Or maybe you study English for 10 minutes longer than usual.
That still counts.
It counts a lot.
Because growth is not about perfection. It's about progress.
Exactly.
And that's one of the most important ideas in this episode.
Right. Never stop growing means never stop improving, even if the improvement is small.
So let's start with some useful phrases.
Great idea.
One very natural phrase is, I'm working on myself.
Yes, that's a very strong phrase.
It means you are trying to improve your habits, mindset, behavior, or skills.
For example, I'm working on myself this year.
Or, she's working on herself and becoming more confident.
Very good.
Another phrase is, I want to do better.
Simple, honest, and powerful.
I want to do better in English.
He wants to do better at work.
That phrase shows desire for growth.
And desire is where improvement begins.
Exactly.
Let me share a small story.
Go ahead.
A few years ago, I used to feel frustrated when I wasn't improving fast enough.
That happens to many people.
Yes, I wanted quick results. I wanted everything to change immediately.
But life doesn't always work that way.
No, it doesn't. And when I realized that growth takes time, I started feeling calmer.
That's a beautiful lesson.
I began focusing on small daily actions instead of big, impossible goals.
And that changed everything.
It did. Slowly, I became more consistent.
Consistency is such an important word.
Absolutely. Consistency means doing something regularly.
And in English, you can say, I'm trying to stay consistent.
That's perfect.
For example, I'm trying to stay consistent with my studies.
Or, she stayed consistent and improved little by little.
Very useful.
And consistent effort often matters more than strong motivation on one single day.
That's true. Motivation comes and goes, but consistency builds real growth.
Exactly.
Another strong phrase is keep moving forward.
I love that one.
It means continue progressing even when things are difficult.
For example, no matter what happens, keep moving forward.
Or, he kept moving forward after a difficult year.
That phrase feels hopeful.
It does. It gives energy.
And energy is important when life gets heavy.
Yes, because growth is not only about happy days. It's also about hard days.
Very true.
Sometimes the hardest days teach us the most.
They really do.
Let's talk about a very useful idea, learning from mistakes.
Ah, yes. Very important.
If you make a mistake, you do not stop.
You learn.
You adjust.
You try again.
That's growth.
In English, you can say, I learned from my mistakes.
Or, I turned failure into a lesson.
That sounds strong and mature.
It does, and it's a very motivating way to speak.
Because mistakes are not the end. They are part of the process.
Exactly.
Here's another phrase. Build better habits.
Yes, that is one of the best self-improvement phrases.
It means create routines that help you improve.
I'm trying to build better habits.
She built better habits and felt more productive.
Great examples.
And habits shape your future.
They really do. Small habits repeated every day can change your life.
Let's give a simple daily life example.
Okay,
Imagine someone wakes up every day, makes the bed, drinks water, studies English for 10 minutes, and goes for a short walk.
that sounds simple.
It is simple, but if they do it every day, it becomes powerful.
That's growth in action.
Yes, you don't need to do everything at once.
You just need to keep going.
Exactly.
Another helpful phrase is stay focused on your goals.
Very important.
It means do not get distracted from what matters.
For example, stay focused on your goals even when life gets busy.
Or she stayed focused and finished her project.
Very natural.
And focus is often the difference between dreaming and doing.
That's a powerful line.
Thank you.
Let's talk about confidence now.
Great topic.
Because many people want to grow, but they don't feel confident enough.
Yes, they think, what if I fail? Or what if I'm not good enough?
But confidence often comes after action, not before it.
So you start first.
Exactly. Then confidence grows from experience.
That's why we say, take the first step.
Very useful phrase.
Take the first step today.
She took the first step and never looked back.
That's inspiring.
It is. And sometimes the first step is the hardest one.
But after that, the path becomes clearer.
Yes, you begin to see progress.
And progress is motivating.
Absolutely.
Let's do a mini conversation.
Sure.
I want to improve my English, but I feel nervous.
That's okay. Start small and keep moving forward.
What if I make mistakes?
Mistakes are part of learning. Just stay focused and keep going.
That sounds encouraging.
It is. Growth takes time, but it's worth it.
Beautiful.
Another great phrase is, don't give up on yourself.
Oh yes, that one is powerful.
It means, believe in your ability to improve, even when things feel difficult.
For example, don't give up on yourself when progress is slow.
Or, she didn't give up on herself, and now she is doing better than before.
Very strong.
And very real.
Because self-improvement is often invisible at first.
That's true. The results may come later.
But every effort matters.
Every step matters.
Every good choice matters.
Exactly.
Now let's add some life motivation phrases.
Great.
Keep building your future.
Keep believing in yourself.
Keep learning every day.
Keep becoming better.
These are simple, but they carry a lot of meaning.
They really do.
And that's why English is so beautiful. A few words can carry a strong message.
Right.
Let's talk about the everyday side of growth.
Good idea.
Growth is not always about big life changes. Sometimes it's about getting up on time,
Or drinking more water.
or reading for 5 minutes,
Or saying no to distractions.
or finishing one task before checking your phone.
Those small things matter.
They do, because your everyday habits build your identity.
That's a deep but important idea.
Thank you.
So, if you want to speak about growth in English, you can say, I'm trying to improve myself. I want to do better. I'm building better habits. I'm staying consistent. I'm keeping moving forward. I'm learning from mistakes. I'm not giving up on myself.
Those are excellent phrases.
And they sound natural in real conversation.
Now let's do a short motivational story.
Okay,
Imagine someone starts learning English. At first, they feel shy.
they don't speak much.
They worry about grammar,
They compare themselves to others.
but they decide to take the first step anyway.
They practice a little every day.
They make mistakes, but they keep going.
They stay focused.
They build better habits.
And after some time, they begin to speak more confidently.
That is growth.
Exactly. Not magic, not luck. Growth.
And that can happen in any part of life.
Work, health, mindset, English, relationships, everything.
Yes, never stop growing.
Never stop learning.
Never stop improving.
Never stop believing.
That is the message of today's episode.
And we hope it stays with you.
So here's your challenge. Today, use one growth phrase in your own life.
Say it out loud.
Write it in a notebook,
Send it in a message.
or think about it before bed.
Just one phrase.
That's enough to begin.
Because small beginnings matter.
Thank you for spending this time with us on Speak Flow English.
We hope this episode encourages you to keep growing in English and in life.
Keep practicing
Keep moving forward.
and never stop growing.
See you in the next episode.
Bye for now.
Bye.